Subaru Crosstrek is one of the most well-liked compact SUVs with an all-wheel drive drivetrain. The Crosstrek's potent engine options are one of its primary selling points for purchasers, in addition to its many safety and technological features and low cost that make it a well-liked option on the used market. But despite all that, in this video, we're going to talk about why you should avoid buying a Subaru Crosstrek. Let's begin with the engine problems. The most crucial component of every car is a well-functioning engine. Customers of Crosstrek continue to experience significant motor problems. In one NHTSA complaint, the driver claims that the engine bogged down as he was crossing two lanes of a very busy oceanfront street. The engine shut off after he eased off and then depressed the gas pedal once more. After immediately starting the engine again, he was able to dodge oncoming traffic. This was the only instance in which the engine failed. However, on approximately 3 or 4 prior occasions, the engine bogged down when he depressed the gas pedal but quickly recovered. The 2018 model was discontinued as part of a significant engine-related recall that affected over 700,000 Crosstrek and Impreza cars. The manufacturer recognized that in these cars, even after the ignition is turned off, the ECM keeps powering the ignition coil, which might blow a fuse. Additionally, the engine could stall in the middle of the road, endangering the lives of both the passengers and other vehicles. Next, interior problems. The majority of the drawbacks with the original Crosstrek's cabin build quality, such as flaws in the infotainment display, unpleasant seats, and speaker problems, are very minor. A broken 9-volt power adapter, which fortunately doesn't portend more serious electrical system troubles, and a locked rear door are 2 minor faults that you should keep a lookout for. The steering's potential tendency to pull to the left is a more serious problem. Although it's not really that common, this is the issue that is brought up the most frequently and can be risky, especially at higher speeds. Now for the poor visibility. There have been concerns about the strength and integrity of Subaru's auto glass for a while, and nothing is likely to change anytime soon. On top of a few other issues, the windshield cracked on the highway with only 2,300 miles remaining, according to the NHTSA report. After a 300-mile drive, this 7-inch crack became visible. The complainer seems to remember a slight thud on the windshield, which he didn't take seriously at first. The crack widened by 2 inches after traveling a further 10 miles. There may be class action lawsuits arising from the defective eyesight system in addition to the glass that appears to break on its own. The pre-collision braking system appears to not function as it should, it turns out. The Crosstrek can brake on its own even when nothing is in its way, putting its occupants at risk of a collision. Consider leaving the Subaru behind if it suddenly stops in the middle of the road. Everyone should not waste their time and money on this automobile. Moving on to the maintenance expense. During its first 10 years of use, a Subaru Crosstrek will need roughly $7,915 in maintenance and repairs. This is $1,218 better than the industry average for popular SUV models. There's also a 23.97% likelihood that a Crosstrek will need a significant repair during that time. Compared to competing automobiles in its segment, this is 2.47% worse. The following graph shows how these expenses and the likelihood of repairs will rise over time. Also, a number of owners have voiced concern over the windshield's propensity for cracking. After leaving the dealer's lot, the windshield suffered 2 significant cracks in less than a week, according to one owner. Despite 2 significant cracks, I haven't yet replaced my windshield since I figure I might as well acquire another one first. Owners have typically spent $1,500 to replace cracked windshields. Up next, low power. No, this is not one of the potential issues with the Subaru Crosstrek that owners might encounter, but the Subaru criticism was leveled at this one point. The Subaru Crosstrek's 2.0-liter boxer engine used to produce 148 horsepower, which was a tiny amount when compared to most of its competitors. Although it was a suitable engine for a compact vehicle like the Crosstrek, Subaru might have offered a more potent engine as an alternative. The need for a Subaru Crosstrek WRX is evident on numerous pages and forums. It also makes perfect sense. The Subaru Crosstrek's issue would be solved perfectly by a turbocharged engine. A Crosstrek WRX would have been the driver's crossover thanks to its small body, powerful engine, and outstanding all-wheel drive system. And it goes without saying that it will achieve high numbers in these SUV-crazy times. Strangely, Subaru chose not to produce one. Subaru made an effort to fix the Subaru Crosstrek issues that had received the greatest criticism in the 2021 facelift for the second generation. The Crosstrek could produce 182 horsepower if a larger 2.5-liter engine was chosen as an option. Superior to before? Yes. A suitable response to the WRX's demands? Actually, no. The problems don't end. It also has CVT issues. A warranty extension scheme for its continuously variable transmissions, CVTs, was launched by Subaru in 2018. As a result, the transmission's original warranty was increased from 5 years or 50,000 miles to 10 years or 100,000 miles, whichever comes first. Almost all of their models, including the Crosstrek Legacy, Forester, Impreza, WRX, and Outback, were covered by this extension. According to Subaru, the CVT has not been the subject of any customer complaints or concerns. According to them, the warranty extension served more as an additional guarantee of the CVT's dependability. Customers, though, told a different tale. Nearly 1,500 complaints about this problem have been reported to SubaruComplaints.com. The CVT gave customers trembling, stalling, and knocking. A few years into the car's lifespan, the CVT began to deliver a jarring ride. If customers had issues with their CVTs, they may receive free repair and replacement of parts under this guarantee. Even for cars without any symptoms, dealers offered free examinations. Let's not forget the steering problem. The 2003 Subaru Crosstrek model received the most reports of steering system issues. The automobile doesn't steer or drive effectively on snowy or icy roads, and the steering tends to slide to one side. Another model that had the steering issue was the 2016 Subaru Crosstrek, and it can be annoying to deal with. These cars' steering is said to lock up while they're moving or make a clicking sound when turning completely lock. While moving, the car could potentially pull to one side. Even though it was one of the more annoying Subaru Crosstrek issues, fixing it wouldn't be a huge hassle. Well, some folks were able to resolve these concerns by replacing the tires and adding weight to the trunk. The typical price for this is $300. Next up, the faulty positive crankcase ventilation. The majority of the Subaru Crosstrek issues concern the earlier versions. However, the second generation Crosstrek, which was produced after 2018, has this issue. Waste gases are prevented from accumulating inside the crankcase by the PCV valve. It enables the gases to escape and enter the intake system again. However, something could go wrong with this valve. Engine oil may get into the combustion chamber if the PCV valve malfunctions. Even worse scenarios exist when a PCV valve's components penetrate the engine and cause internal engine damage. For this issue, a recall was issued. If the PCV valve in these vehicles was discovered to be defective, it was changed. If the malfunctioning valve had already harmed the engine, the complete engine was replaced without charge. Now, for the rodent attack. Subaru replaced some of the synthetic plastic electrical wire coverings with greener materials in an effort to be as environmentally friendly as feasible. Because it decreased the amount of synthetic trash dumped in landfills, this biodegradable, soy-based coating was beneficial for the environment, so it was less expensive, saving Subaru money. But to a rat, this was a sizable chew toy that was tucked in a secure location that was warmed by an engine after a drive. Perhaps rat heaven. The soy-based substance was under relentless attack. Many owners discovered cut gasoline lines or ripped out wire harnesses when they woke up. There were other manufacturers involved in this problem besides Subaru. Lawsuits were brought against Subaru, Toyota, Honda, Hyundai, and Kia. These were submitted by incensed customers who were indignant to learn that their warranty does not cover this damage. The cost of fixing what was left of the rat supper was enormous. Finally, the brake light switch effect. A small issue can have huge consequences. This can appear to be the most minor Subaru Crosstrek issue overall. However, it was one of the most annoying. Let's just discuss the results. If your car has this issue, you'll probably have a few issues like these. When you press the brake pedal, your Crosstrek might not start if it has a push-button start. You can't leave the park while shifting. While driving, the vehicle stability control warning light flashes. The brake lights stop working. That's a wrap for this video. What are your thoughts on the Subaru Crosstrek? Let us know in the comments below. Make sure to give this video a thumbs up and subscribe to our channel for more videos like this. See you in the next one.